Hey guys, this is Max1015 bringing you our first episode in our new series, which is Let's Play Star Wars The Old Republic. Now this is an extremely interesting game. It was suggested to me by a friend for two reasons. One, of course, it sort of revamps the whole Star Wars sort of theme and sort of storyline and lore, and also two, you can play as both the Galactic Empire and sort of the Galactic Republic rather, and the Sith Empire. Now we have rolled with the Galactic Republic, but don't worry, future sort of episodes when we have done sort of enough with this character, we will probably then go on and sort of roll a Sith character, so you guys can sort of see the storyline on that side, which is really cool, and I'm really excited to do that. Obviously we have to go through this guy first, and speaking of our character, he is TysonOfTheForce. That is his name. I know, very original, very creative, and he's a Jedi Counselor, which is his class. As you can see, we've sort of skipped the whole character customization purely just because I wanted to get straight into the action, and to be honest there wasn't really much there. There are four sort of classes. There's the Jedi Knight, who are sort of just, you know, your classic Jedis who use lightsabers to fight. Then ours, which is the Jedi Counselor. Now these guys obviously use the Force to fight and crush their foes. Then the third one are the Smugglers, or as I like to call them, and most people like to call them, Bounty Hunters, and they have like one-handed or dual-handed pistols and traps and stuff like that, which is really, really cool. A very interesting class in themselves. And then last but not least, you have the Troopers, who obviously use like heavy weaponry like machine guns and sort of flamethrowers, I believe, to take down their foes, which is very, very cool and sort of is in keeping with the whole sort of game's lore, which is really nice to see. Now, just before we begin, one sort of, I guess, announcement for my channel. Because I haven't uploaded a video yesterday, just because I was really busy, I'm going to be uploading two today. This is going to be the second one after obviously Skyrim. But speaking of my Let's Play series, there is going to be one more like starting episode, one more Let's Play series that I'm going to be starting up, because I know I promised you guys that I was going to post the weekly schedule, and I will do, but after my next episode, because my next episode will obviously be the start of my last Let's Play that I'm planning to do on this channel, and obviously I just wanted to like start them all before I basically like posted what I was going to be doing, because I wanted to, you know, start them all off and know exactly what I was doing before I promised you guys and showed you guys what I've been doing, because the last one that I'm doing is not going to be DC Universe Online, like I said. I did try to do it, I promise you guys. I tried it over and over and over again to try and record it, but each time it just went to like 1 frames per second. It was ridiculous, so obviously it doesn't want to be recorded. So I have found a new game. Don't worry, it is a MOBA in... not a MOBA, sorry, it's a MMO, which is really, really cool, and it's brilliant, to be honest. In my opinion, it's even better than DC Universe Online, and so I'm really excited to be able to bring it to you guys. Obviously I won't tell you what it is, that would be spoiling the surprise, so you guys will just have to wait for the next episode, which will be tomorrow, which I'm very excited to bring you guys. Now on to Star Wars itself. We have obviously gone through the starting intro, rather I went through the starting intro, and literally you've arrived on this planet, and it all is explained on our mission log, which you can open by clicking L. So I'll just quickly read it out to you guys to sort of explain what is going on. It says, "You have arrived on Tython, the ancient homeworld of the Jedi. Believing you have great potential, the Jedi Council has made you Padawan to a noted master, Yuon Pa. Unfortunately, you arrived during a crisis. The native flesh raiders have begun raiding the Gnarls, where several ancient teaching holograms have been uncovered. Master Yuan has sent you to recover these priceless artifacts before they are destroyed. Speak to the speeder droid at the Master's Retreat for transport to the Gnarls." So that is our sort of a quest. As you can see, it's up here. It's called the Path of the Jedi, and we have to take a taxi to the Gnarls. And I sort of just wanted to get straight into the action of this game. As you can see here, we have a sort of transport speeder, which will sort of give us a scenic view of this world, which is really, really cool. Now, I just wanted to sort of take a minute to talk about the graphics in this game, because obviously this game, I believe, is it's definitely been out for a year now. I believe it's sort of coming up to its second year of release, if not more. So, which is really, really cool and a good achievement for a game like this. And one thing I sort of wanted to point out, even though it is sort of a couple of years old, it still has really nice graphics. I mean, the shadows are really nice in this game, especially sort of the colours. Like if you just look at this wall here, you can see the rusting and sort of grime on the wall, which is a really cool feature, and sort of just makes the whole thing seem more realistic. Especially on the ground, you can see it's all different colours and shades. Shading is a very big part of this game. And a very cool feature indeed. Anyway, we're just sort of going to go straight into the action of this game. As you can see up here, we have a yellow triangle above this man, and that indicates that there is a quest available to us. So we'll quickly talk to him, and we will be dragged into a dialogue cutscene, which is a major feature of this game.
Padawan, come here, quickly. The training grounds are not safe today.
Okay, and this is what I'm talking about, sort of dialogue cutscene, where you can actually choose what you say. Now, this is very similar to sort of in games such as Mass Effect, if you've played that before, where you actually get to choose what you say, and then that affects your infamousy bar, which I will show you in a minute. But anyway, he said that the training grounds are dangerous. Well, that's kind of obvious considering there are fights going on in the background, so we'll just say I assume danger is the point.
I always expected my trials would be a challenge.
Normally, we minimize the danger until a Padawan is settled in and trained. You're Yuan's apprentice, though, aren't you? We could certainly put your combat training to use. The short version is, we have Flesh Raiders invading the training grounds, and a group of Padawans without combat skills is trapped in the hills.
I just realised he looks like us, like really similar. He's almost like a twin, it's just we're blonde, and he's kind of brown haired. But anyway, okay, so there are some Padawans trapped by the Flesh Raiders who you can sort of see scurrying around in the background. Well, we already know what Flesh Raiders are. They are the natives, and you'll see them very soon. So we'll just say, what do you need to do?
Just let me know what's required. I'm here to help.
I've got a beacon here. If you can find the Padawans and set the beacon, we'll send an evac shuttle as fast as we can. A group of Jedi from the Temple is headed this way, but maybe not fast enough. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you. Now there we go. Now that was our first sort of like side quest accepted, which is really cool, and it's called Early Lessons, and we have to find the missing students. Now quickly, if you just sort of open our map by clicking M, obviously it sort of shows the surrounding areas, and as you can see here, we have 4 sort of icons, and they are sort of the objectives for the Path of the Jedi. Plus, this is a really cool feature about the game. As you can see, Early Lessons, if we highlight it, it comes up on the map, and it's this little rotating icon, which if you hover over it, sort of shows this radius, which then shows where sort of your objective is in that particular area. It doesn't give you an exact location, you sort of have to wander around and find it, which is pretty cool. Anyway, now we are just going to wander through and hopefully not get caught in this crossfire. No, apparently we are invincible to bullets, which is pretty cool, to be honest. We're just going to sort of head round here to our first objective, and as you can see, we've got a new codex entry. Oh god, I don't want to get attacked by that. But new codex entry, and this is a really cool feature of the game. The codex is basically sort of an encyclopedia of different things. Oh, we got attacked. We did end up getting attacked. Okay, well this is our first taste of combat now. As you can see, we have 3 abilities down here, 2 of which are melee. Saber Strike, which is a 3 sort of melee flurry burst. Double Strike, quite self-explanatory, and then Project. Project is really, really cool. If you just back away, I'll show you what Project does. Bam! Oh no, damn, he resisted it. Okay, but normally Project is really overpowered. And here we go, this is an example of looting. As you can see, there's this like great beam of light which goes up into the sky forever, alerting everyone that we have loot. But then we get 5 credits and a ration pack which can be sold, which is pretty cool. But Project normally is really overpowered and a really cool feature of this game. Now this is a tutorial on looting, and it teaches you step by step, which is pretty well laid out. But once again, we come across the empty triangle, which indicates a sort of side quest. So we'll quickly talk to this or interact, and it says a dead Padawan lies in the cage, succumbed to his wounds. The Flesh Raiders are apparently trying to capture some Padawans alive. There might be other Flesh Raider cages in the area. And so obviously there's a side quest which is randomly picked up, and we have to free captured Padawans, which is really cool. But we're just going to quickly head up here first and sort of grab our first hologram, or interact with our first hologram. And this will take us into, I believe, a cutscene. Yeah, here we go. A dialogue cutscene, which is pretty cool.
Activation protocol begins. So, after the long silence, finally someone comes. I am Garanjard. Millennia ago, I stood as a founder of the Jedi Order.
Very cool. Okay, so here is our first hologram. and it's sort of a founder of the Jedi Order, which is pretty awesome. Anyway, let us just say we could either skip to the action and say we were sent to save you, or we could learn a little bit more about him and say you seem almost alive.
For a hologram, you're surprisingly articulate.
We needed worthy vessels for our knowledge. When the Jedi Order began, I saw we must be dedicated to peace, to calming our emotions and ending war across the galaxy. If we fought,
Very
it should only be in self-defense. That is the founding principle of civilization.
Only self-defense. Okay. Well, we could either agree with him or say we need war to bring progress. I have noticed that in the sort of the dialogue selection, 3 always seems to be your sort of rude one or your bad one, so we could go with that. But what about protecting others? I think we'll just go with we agree, because we just sort of want to grab his hollow disc, really, because that's what we're really here for.
Without peace, there could be no art, or culture, or politics. No republic.
The Jedi may have changed, but galactic peace has always remained one of our goals. Activation protocol complete. Go well.
Okay, and there we go. We managed to get our first hologram, and these holograms are really, really cool, because I think they will sort of give us some indication about sort of the lore of this game by the look of it. Which is a pretty cool feature. Now, as we come up here, obviously, we could actually help this person. Let's help them. And this is our second ability, called Project, once again. BAM! And there we go, it finally worked, and we crushed that foe. Wow, that was what I was talking about. It is quite overpowered and very satisfying. But here we go. Here is our sort of first cage, and it's part of our captured Padawans sort of quest, where we free this guy in here. Who, yeah, they're very grateful. He didn't even say thank you. Wow. But anyway. Oh, what's this? A young Uxie beast. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool looking, actually. Very, very unique. And this is one thing about the game which I highly sort of like or appreciate in terms of what the developers have done, and that's sort of the variation in the mobs. Because I mean, look at this guy. He looks pretty cool. And so in tying with sort of the whole mobs and NPCs sort of feature, you can see his name is yellow here, whereas if we hover over sort of flesh raiders, they are red. Now red means they automatically sort of auto attack you. Orange or yellow, if whatever you want, that means that you can attack them, but they will not auto attack you. And obviously green is NPCs who you can't interact with. But let's quickly defeat this guy rather. And just quickly finish him. After all XP is good XP, and he was pretty weak anyway. He didn't even manage to put up much of a fight. Now we're just heading down this path towards our second hologram, but as we can see here, there is a second cage, so we'll probably quickly grab that while defeating these flesh raiders. Bam! Wow, he went down without a fight. That was crazy. Oh no, and someone's coming along and stealing our sort of thing. Oh yeah, that's really annoying when people do that. Oh, when they come along and steal your objective. Ugh, I tried to get it there, but it didn't work because he'd already come along and grabbed it. But anyway, we get some loot. We get some medallions and stuff, which is pretty cool. Oh no, that cage has already been used. Yeah, this is one thing that slightly frustrates me about this game. And that's that sort of objectives in the game aren't instance based, or like if you interact with an object, like in Guild Wars 2, if you interact with like a mining node or a quest object, it's just for you, whereas everyone else can still use it, whereas that you have to wait for it to recharge. But anyway, here we are at the northeast hologram, which is our second hologram that we have to sort of examine and grab, and hopefully we will be pulled into another cutscene or a dialogue cutscene to learn more about the Jedi.
Activation protocol begins. Ah. Another has come to listen. When the Jedi Order was founded, I, Calibrin, said we should devote ourselves to justice. True justice cannot be driven by emotion. We Jedi can set our passions aside and seek the truth without fear or favor.
Well, our character looks very interested there, but I think she's going to go on a little bit about true justice and all that, so I think we'll just skip to the main point and say, I must take you to safety.
The projector for this hologram is in danger. I'm here to recover it.
Then do what is needed. That too is part of justice. Activation protocol complete.
Is it really? Okay. Okay, and there we go, we got our second one. We are halfway through our main storyline quest. I sort of want to look at our other quests as well, because we've only got 1 out of 6 for the capture Padawans. Had this cage, oh no, this cage hasn't sort of respawned yet, which is kind of frustrating, and neither is that one yet. There are a lot of people running around, and this is a really cool thing about the game. Even though this game is quite old now, in terms of MMO sort of age, there are still plenty of players coming into this game. I mean, if you just saw just then, like, we must have passed about 4 players just in the first 5 minutes of walking into this game, which is really nice to see. It sort of shows that this game has a lot of worth, and it's definitely sort of attracting new players into the game, and yeah, which is really cool. And sort of one of the sort of features that I've noticed in this game, which sort of may possibly attract people, is they often update it with new content. I mean, just recently they added a new DLC, but unfortunately, of course, actually the downside of a load of players coming into this is that all sort of the non-instance based objectives, such as the cages, are being used up by them. But that doesn't matter, we don't mind sharing. After all, who wouldn't want to run around in a world like this? It looks awesome. The style is very, very cool, especially the shadows. I mean, just look at those mountains. You've got all the sort of deep crevices and the shadows and the overcast. It looks awesome, to be honest. We're going to sort of have a quick look at our map, check we are going the right way. I think we just have to sort of follow this road, and this is another cool feature. The map goes actually sort of transparent when you're running, so you can see where you're going, and you can also sort of see the map at the same time. So it's not like you're running blind if your map's open, which is quite a nice feature. And we just sort of want to avoid all the mobs around here. We don't really want to get into a fight. We just want to quickly grab our holograms, because I believe once we grab all our holograms, we will then probably have to wrap up. But then don't worry, next episode we will finish the other quests that we have. So here we go into probably another cutscene.
Activation protocol begins. A new Jedi comes to learn. Excellent. Excellent. I am Tython, Keeper of the Histories, a founder and chronicler of the Jedi Order. I saw us becoming guardians of knowledge and secrets. We Jedi would safeguard the wisdom of the galaxy.
That's pretty cool. He actually sounds quite an interesting character, to be honest, sort of like a seeker of knowledge and secrets. So I think, oh, I'd love to be part of that. That actually sounds pretty cool.
Gathering such knowledge would be a great adventure.
My travels took me across many worlds, more than any other founder. I saw, heard, dreamed. Jedi seek to dispel ignorance, to understand other cultures, and bring that understanding to others. Never forget that, wherever your path leads. Activation protocol complete.
Okay, and there we go. We have our third hologram, or our third objective completed, and that was actually a pretty interesting one. That actually sounds pretty cool. Traveling to the universe in search of secrets and knowledge. Very interesting piece of lore there, and that's again sort of one of the cool features about this game. Like, you don't have to know a massive amount about sort of the lore behind sort of Star Wars. Like, I myself, basically, I've sort of watched the films as has everyone else, and that's basically as far as my knowledge spans, and that's where all my knowledge of this game has sort of come from. Oh, we've got some nice loot, but because it has so many sort of lore, sort of, I don't know, guess trinkets or info pieces such as the hologram. Let's quickly help this guy out because it looks like he's in trouble. Since there are sort of so many of those, you don't really need to know a massive amount about this game, because you will literally just learn it as you go along. Wow, okay, that guy was helping us. He seems to be a Jedi Counselor as well. Oh, and here we go, another cage. Let's quickly grab it before the by the look of it, the mobs have been killed around here, so we'll quickly grab this before the other mobs come back and start attacking us. It's a free cage, why not grab it? But anyway, here we are, coming up to our last hologram, which is the southwest one by the look of it, which is pretty cool. And we will finally get our last cutscene, hopefully some more lore from these guys. Oh no, it says, you try to activate the hologram, but nothing happens. Very strange. On closer examination, the hologram projector has been carefully pried from its base and removed. Strange.
Master Yuan, I've encountered a problem. One of the holoprojectors has been stolen.
Stolen? But the flesh raiders don't steal, they destroy. I'll look into this. If you have the other holograms, come and meet me at the Jedi Temple. I'm sending you directions now. And please, Padawan, be careful.
Okay, well, you heard the old lady. Oh, wait, oh, we've got some loot. It's a very obvious loot window, isn't it? It's not just like shining like in other games. It's like a definite blue beam up in the sky. But anyway, you heard the old lady. We now have finished that, and we have to report to Master Yuan in the Jedi, was it the Temple? That's pretty cool, to be honest. Sounds very prestigious. Oh, and there's another cage here. Shall we go and steal? Yeah, we might as well. I think this is the actual exact guy who stole from us earlier, so let's just quickly grab this. Okay, I don't suggest doing this in the game, but oh well. We might as well, because now we are 4 out of 6 away. Oh, and here's another cage. Let's quickly grab this before... Actually, have the mobs even respawned, to be honest? Or is this just like a permanently dead corpse on the ground? Ooh, like, that's weird. But anyway, there we go, 5 out of 6. So basically we are almost done on all of our quests that we have. But I am afraid we are going to have to wrap up here, folks. Let's just end here with this awesome statue behind us. What have we done this episode? Well, we have obviously started and created our character. We've come from the Master's Retreat into the Gnarls and fought off the Flesh Raiders while grabbing the holograms and also trying to free young Padawans. But also we had this other quest called the Early Lessons, which we will obviously do in the next episode. Talking of the next episode, we will obviously try and finish this Path of the Jedi quest, but first obviously we'll finish these captured Padawans. But then more importantly, once we have leveled up, because we are so close, look at this, we are at this bar down here, we are 446 out of 535 experience points, so basically nothing. I think once we've handed in all our quests we'll level up, and once you level up there's sort of a very important feature in the game. You need to go to your Jedi sort of trainer or your class trainer, and then you learn new abilities, which hopefully I'll be able to show you guys in the next episode. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, the starting episode of our new Let's Play series, which I'm very excited to bring you guys. Once again, a reminder, my next episode will be the last sort of starting episodes for my last Let's Play sort of series, and then from then it will just be in sort of an order, day by day of each Let's Play, which is really cool, and I'm very excited to bring you guys. So anyway, I guess all there is left to say now is I hope you're having a great week wherever you are in the world. I hope to see you next time in our future episodes and of course series. I will see you then, and bye bye.